This is an interview done for Keep Magazine where I interview Dan Alves. He's the owner of Mock, and Mock is a mock-up service where everything is sold for $5. He's worked for people like Addison Rae and Mr. Beast, as well as other celebrities in the music space. Um, he's been in some hot water recently after leaking DMs with Ashton Hall, and in this interview, we also talk about the state of the design industry and his unique perspective being a successful designer from such a young age. Yeah, enjoy it. If you want to do like a small introduction for yourself, it could be a few words, or if you don't want to, you can just fuck it.
No introduction.
No introduction?
No introduction needed.
No introduction needed. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so starting off, you've worked with some of the biggest names in media, and what do you think was the catalyst that led you from building worlds for other people? Like I saw Addison Ray and Mr. Beast work, like you've done work for them, and then what was that catalyst that allowed you to pivot into doing work for yourself?
I think I just got bored of it because, like, bro, I worked with, like, at one point, like, I swear everybody in the music industry. And there's just, like, such a ceiling you get to. Like, right now, I only do projects for other people if it's, like, I don't know, if it's, like, super cool, that I really like the artist, like, or if I'm, like, I don't know, if it's my friend or something. Like, I just get so bored of it because the whole time in the music industry they just exploiting you every time. So I'm like, I'll do, like, I just got hit up like the other day for um I just got hit up the other day for like something for Doja Cat and then something for like Kali Uchis, like out of the blue, because I haven't done music stuff in a long time. So I'll like maybe do it because it sounds cool, but most of the time I'm like, bro, at least in my experience, the whole time when you're young, it's just like they're just they're just trying to finesse you, which is okay. Like I'm cool with it. If you're young, it makes sense. Like that's literally how you grow.
Yeah,
But then it's literally just like a maturity thing where you're like, all right, like now it's time to build stuff.
no, I respect that. I respect that. Um, yeah, I don't have as much experience as you do, especially at your age, but um, like yeah, definitely understand where you're coming from. Uh, moving on, Ashton Hall. If maybe you might have expected this to come up. You leaked
No, I kind of
the
forgot about that.
uh yeah, you leaked your DMs, and like it kind of went crazy on Twitter. Um, do you, do do you feel like the way you did that burnt bridges between you and other people?
No,
No.
no, because it actually like reunited some bridges because people like old clients of mine, like they know me already, like they know how I am,
Yeah.
and they respect me for that. Like, and I had clients, clients that I used to work with when I was like 17, 18, that I haven't worked in years, coming back to me because they're like, oh, like I see your Twitter, like that's so funny. Like how have you been, bro? And I actually got like a ton of clients from just that tweet. So people know me, you know, and they like that about me, that I'll be super upfront and I'll be like, you know, that way. It's like not like you're just hiring a designer, you are hiring Dan Alves, you know.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I definitely get that. I really like this attitude of like uh just being straight up with it, and also the graphic designer being more than just like a tool. I read like one of your old tweets, and it was like graphic designers are bitches, and like
They are.
it was basically that, and I completely agree. I'm with you on that. Um, I think we get bitched around too much. I think they're like used as slaves for clients. It's not good, and I think I really like your approach with that. How much of this like personality do you think you allocate to the success of mock, especially with you surpassing 10,000 sales? Like, do you think people buy mock, buy mock-ups from mock for that personality, for your ethos?
Yeah, I think the ethos is like the driving force because mock-ups are like such a commodity that you can get for free. I mean, you could get them for free, you know what I mean? Like if you steal them, if you do it this way, there's ways around it, you know what I mean? Like you could steal a mock, you could send mocks to your friends, but I think the whole branding about it of like, choose mock, it's almost like an ethical dilemma where you're at, where it's like, oh, am I a mock kind of consumer or everything else? Like there's this one picture that like one of the biggest references for mock is Adult Swim. And there's this picture I love where it shows like I don't even know what it is, but it's like a hand holding like a bunch of lights and one is sticking out and it's like every other network and then Adult Swim. Like there's just something about it that it's like uh you want to choose it, you know what I mean? Like choose mock. And like that's kind of my vision with it is like really having, the strongest brands are the most emotional ones, right? And that's like my goal with it is like, like 80 or 90% of consumers today, like their purchases, like they say there's like a statistic that it like aligns exactly with their personality, or they believe that their purchases align directly with their personality. So I'm like building a personality with mock, you know what I mean? Like you already know like the type of kid that rocks Balenciaga or like the I don't know, like other brands like the Rick Owens kids, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to build the mock kids, like the mock archetype of kid, like the Yeezy kids, the LA Apparel kids,
Hmm.
the kids that watch this show, the kids that watch that show. Like every single company, every single purchase is a personality, like at least the way I see it right now. So I'm like, goal, that's the goal.
Yeah. Does the $5 price point come into that? Because on your website, it's not just mock that's $5. You also said that mock believes that every product sold online should be priced at $5. And why $5? And how deep does that go?
I'm not sure how deep it goes. Like, I guess like the further we go, we'll find out how deep it ends up going. For right now, it's mock-ups.
Yeah.
We're dropping mock radio this week, which is gonna be just $5 MP3s. So that's like the first like, you know, starting to go wide, like to, the grand vision of like, oh, you can have other things than mock-ups on $5. Eventually, like the bio right now is like $5 mock-ups. Maybe eventually when we really expand, it's like $5 files or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know how far it will go. Eventually, maybe it turns into like a marketplace. Like imagine a marketplace where you can sell all your products. Like how like Sellfy or whatever. Like or even imagine a Shopify where everything's $5. Like there's something there. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, the closest thing I can think of is the Yeezy Pods release, but also like that entire run where everything was $20. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
And that's like a huge inspo, by the way, like, because Ye has been talking about that for so long, like before before that even came out, like he was probably talking about that for like 5 years. So I always knew about the $20 thing, and that I had this sort of vision for mock already in my head, like probably 3 years earlier before I even dropped it, but like never even like thought on it or actualized it until like last year.
nice. Uh, if you set your mind back, though, you posted the cease and desist from Adobe. Uh, what was that like? Like, how did it come about?
It's just like an email, just the email.
Is this the email?
Uh, yeah, just the email, just a calm email.
Yeah. How long before you got it like framed and shit?
Literally, I think the next day, I think I dropped a tweet of it, or maybe I posted it on my story.
Mm.
Um, and it was already popping off. And then I was like, all right, let me find a frame real quick.
Did they go any further
Uh,
with the cease and desist?
no.
No, they didn't. They just dropped it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what always happens. Like a cease and desist, it doesn't scare me.
Okay. Was it like to me from the outside? It looked like um you felt like you were pissing off the right people. Like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Like
that shit looked.
that's like the real like disruptive brands. They do that. Like that's when you know you're doing something right, and it's a good start. Like eventually, maybe I get a cease and desist from like Shopify or something. Like that's the next step. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um. What what role does AI play in your work?
Oh, I love AI.
Same.
AI is good. I really like it. We started using AI recently for mocks too. Like for we're trying to build an AI. Like I was gonna say no one take this idea, but actually I'd love if someone can take this idea so that we can just use it better for mock. Because we're trying to build an AI that's like a really good upscaler. Because the problem with mocks right now is like I want like this really like imagine the keyword of mock. One of the keywords, like when you think of mock, I want you to think universal, right? Like I want you to think of a website that everything is on this website, and it's all like so, you know, consistent. It's like this is the place for mocks, right?
Hmm.
And I want to create an AI upscaler that can like truly make everything that level of consistency where it's like right now like our upscaler is kind of trash. So, we're working I think a lot of the reason why people buy mocks right now is also because they see my vision already and we're waiting for like the tech to like catch up to this vision or we build the tech. But a lot of people like I know they buy mocks because they trust like you know what I mean? Like there's a vision here. It's not always perfect. Like some of the mocks, like the amount of times I've dropped the mocks and then like refreshed the whole store. There's a lot of ones that I hate, and then I just remove them. But it's like the fact that it's $5. It's like we're working on it. We're working on it. But for now, you know, um, just believe in the vision, and I promise it'll be good.
Definitely. No, I love that. I feel like yeah, you used the word universal. I think what Mock is doing is selling the potential to
Yeah,
create and selling that disruption. Um,
yeah.
Speaking of creating, why do you create? Like, why do you make things?
Um, it just feels good, like in my soul. Like it's like I was just born to do this.
How much for you to sell out?
It had to be done. Um, I don't know. It depends what's selling out.
Um, a sum of money or something of value.
No, no, no. But what would I have to do to
Yeah,
sell it?
in exchange, you never make anything again. You never build another company. You never do anything again. You just live
Mm, like a trillion.
a trillion.
It's
Okay.
like, bro, I know I can just make the bread that I could get bought out by creating. So I'm not even worried about that.
Yeah. Uh, this is this is one of the last questions. What's coming with Nepu baby or Nepa baby, or is that too early?
Okay, yeah. It's like really hard to describe, but it's it's not really gonna be a public company like Mock is. It's sort of gonna be a behind the scenes thing that it's gonna it's sort of just gonna be like a low key thing that you'll see when you start seeing this stuff, but it'll be how do I say this, bro? It's you wouldn't have thought of it, but you see it in every other industry but design, and you're like, why was no one really doing this before? Um, that's the kind of vibe. That's why I'm usually like quick to like drop my ideas, but this is so totally out of like, something I haven't done before. So I'm like, let me actually like not say too much, but because I'm trying to figure out how to even go about it, right? With mock, I was like, here's my idea on the next day. I'm like, um, I'm already doing it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, all right, I've built Shopify's, I built websites. I've made mock-ups my whole life. Like, this is nothing new. Like, let me just bring my idea to life. This is something where, it's sort of like an agency thing, but not for designing. Um, I'll tell you one thing that this is like, okay, the two things that I think you know, I've been good at is like, okay, there's like good design, like I've been designing for like 12 years, but then there's also even getting people to care about the good design, right? Because like we've been like, think about like you know, the best designer, if you think about it, the best job you can have as a designer is like, I don't know, work at like Apple or something, right? And at that point, you become invisible, right? Like good design is made to be invisible, so it's like you live your life seamlessly or whatever. Like you don't think about design, you just feel it, right? But the thing I've come to learn how to do is to actually like provoke people and get people to actually care about my design. Like how there's like Virgil's, like the Virgil level of design, like he got up there by doing stuff in culture and um, trying to get to that next Virgil level where it's like you get people in the mainstream to actually care about design, and you're not just like a designer that like just does the job and gets a salary and goes home.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't want to say too much, but um, it's leveraging off of that skill that I've learned of like you know publicity, having these moments where it's like, oh, the Ashton Hall thing, oh, the Twitter thing, oh, the cease and desist, oh, mock, oh, like mock, did an ad that was too crazy or something. Like, I want to eventually will mock too. I want to have like the most ridiculous ads you've ever seen. Like, some of the ads, like right now, people think is like too like provocative or something, but it's like I'm not pushing it far enough. So I'm trying to like that overall is the vibe. That's all I'll say.
Are your hiring practices part of this? Like, I mean, a lot of people were not triggered, but like it was sort of unorthodox to see you say, "Oh, no fat people allowed."
Yeah.
Send a screenshot of your notes app and something else. I forgot what it was, but yeah, is that part of this?
I don't think so. That's just who I am.
Okay,
That's like just unrelated.
no, that's fair.
I think Nepo Baby would be like a small team that's just running shit.
Got
Can't
you.
say too much just yet though.
Okay, finally, what makes Dan different? Like, why could you have been the only possible person to make mock in this way? What makes you different? What sets you apart?
I don't even know. It's just who I am. Like, bro, like people people resonate with me somehow. I don't know how I do it, but they can feel me. So I'm glad I can do that for people.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, I respect that. Um, yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
We really
I got
appreciate
you,
it.
bro. Yes, bro. I'm excited for this. Let me know when it drops. I'll buy it.
For sure, for sure. Okay.
All right, bro.
Thanks, man.